frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, no. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready, 925. Hey, express. 59.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, it's Freeman. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. On 3rd down, Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
3 down. Check. 3 down. Go. 49 to Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 49, guys. Mike. Gun. 49.
Following the interception, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there. Second down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
You ain't got nothing. Tighten up. X3. 218, chopper. Rush in. Joker.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Check three. Hey, watch it. Watch the ship. Hey, wide. Watch the ship.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's response.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Ryan now to throw on third down. It's caught. Jones. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a first down.
First down, Falcons.
Down. Ready. 280. 59. Silva.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From midfield now, here's Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Easy work. It's easy work. It's coming again.
At the 22-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Hey, flicker.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Hey, flicker.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And some room to maneuver. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hey, here we go, 48.
They'll run with Muhammad. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throwing is Cousins, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22, the 40, the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Rip left.
Gun.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here we go.
To throw, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
13 yards on the play.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Second and 5 now. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
That's another Viking.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Let's make these babies cry.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
No.
On 1st down, Muhammad. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us. 300. SOS. 49.
On the carry, it's Muhammad. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Ready? Target.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Right there.
On 2nd down, Cook. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Hey, we're good. Watch the shot. Watch twist. Check 15. Check 15. Hey, wahoo. Gun.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Here we go. Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Ryan to throw. Looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
You see me out here? We can't be stopped.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's been a long day for you.
Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we're at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Again, it's Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
He's coming. Gun.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Sack, baby.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Through. Check. Gun. Banjo.
3rd and long for Cousins. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Freeman again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And some room to work. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Ito Smith, his first carry. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. A first down carry for Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
I got you. I got you. Bang, bang, can. Bang, bang. 49's the mic.
On first down, Muhammad. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just 1 fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, nice 7. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check. 21. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Get in the weight room. 21. 5. 11. What's 20?
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Hey, Tuesday. Hey,
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here we go. 49.
They run it again with Cook. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Gun. Watch the pass.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Muhammad works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
He was brought down by
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Throwing now is Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Ryan to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. T.J. Green with a pick, and this one will be brought back to the 22.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 26-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Minnesota, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves